Listen to them, the children of the night. Oh, what music they make. Or, whatever the Marvel Dracula says. Hey YouTube, what goes on? And welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures. Tonight, bringing another action figure review, taking a closer look at the Marvel Legends, Strange Tales, BlackHeart, Marvel's Dracula. So here's the thing, I was watching CMD store pretty much every day. I didn't check one random day when I went to Dorney Park Halloween Haunting. Guess when it got posted? And guess when it sold out that particular day. So I was bummed out, but I got a hunch. I thought, you know what? Amazon's been shipping stuff early recently. I just heard that the Punisher pack was getting ready to ship that day. So I took a waiver, I put in the pre-order, and then I got the alert today that it was on my porch. So very excited, coming from Amazon, and I paid retail for it with free shipping. Very excited to have this thing in hand. I did not order any of the other ones as of yet. I would love to build BlackHeart. This particular wave is kind of like some other waves with Marvel Legends done recently, where they will not be in big box stores. You're talking fan channel exclusives in Amazon, places like GameStop, Big Bad Toy Store, so on and so forth. So maybe I will build that BlackHeart eventually, but I want a Dracula more than any of them. So if you're new to these reviews, what we're going to do is we'll take a look at the box. We'll take a look at what's inside the box. We'll move him around a little bit, look at how he looks up close. And this is my favorite thing that I do in all these videos, which is to compare him to other Marvel Legends and other action figures. So as mentioned, this is from the Strange Tales titled wave, which is the BlackHeart Build-A-Figure. You can see that right there. We got to go look at the front already. I like, obviously, having the plastic window. Thank goodness Hasbro bought that back. You get a great look at the figure and the accessories going on right there. We got Marvel's Dracula going up the side. On the bottom, all the crap you don't really care about. On the back, we got a cool picture there of Marvel's Dracula. We get our cross-sell going across right here with all the other action figures in this line that you do need to buy to build your new BlackHeart figure. Oh, I'm so happy they're finally making that right there. Side art right there. Another cool picture of Dracula. And then on this side, little picture of Dracula, Marvel's Dracula. Let's open this guy up and see what he looks like. And here is our Marvel Legends Dracula out of the packaging. And I was messing around with this guy off camera a little bit. It's pretty legit. I was definitely the most excited for this figure in this wave out of all of them. Never having had a Marvel Legends Dracula before. He's been pretty prevalent in Marvel Comics the past several years, all culminating with the huge Dracula vampire-centered storyline this past summer that I did not read, for the record, but digging having this in the collection. Plus, it's spooky season. It is Halloween season here, being the end of September. So very pumped to have this thing. It comes with some decent accessories. I think mine looks really freaking great. So let's start off by looking at the accessories, taking a closer look at Dracula himself, kind of seeing what he does, seeing how he moves, and then we'll get to some comparisons. So first accessory we'll look at is his sword. I can't recall if this came with anything else. I like this little piece down here at the bottom of the hilt or the handle. Again, it comes down up here, kind of lino style almost. We have like a searing going on right here in the middle of the sword. It's also not like real gummy or bendy or anything. It's actually pretty sturdy for a sword by Marvel Legends. So that's not too bad as far as that sword's concerned. So we'll see how he holds that a little bit later on. Then you also do get an alternate set of punching hands. He does come with gripping hands or a gripping hand and open hand default out of the packaging. But here are the punching hands that do come along with him. If you want Dracula to throw some haymakers at Blade or somebody else in your Marvel Legends or otherwise action figure collection. We do also get an alternate head sculpt. We get the screaming head with the ponytail on there coming out of the packaging. Then as our alternate head, we also get the ponytail right here with the more stoic, serious looking face. I like the kind of like furrow look right here to his brow, kind of looking like he has some age on him. Obviously, he's seen some things. The ears look pretty cool right there. I like the earrings as well, kind of like gold medallion look right there. The eyes are also pretty well done on this thing too. The hair will rotate the ponytail on both of these. Also, this will just pop right out. You can pop it right back in again. I'll be honest, it took some force and maybe a little bit of heat to get that back in there to stay. So if you're going to pop this out for any reason, just be prepared. It's not just the easiest thing to pop it right back in, but you can definitely get away with it if you want to. So yeah, accessories, not that bad. Then, of course, we do get the Build-A-Figure pieces. Here we do get the arm for BlackHeart. So there is taking a look at that right there. You get some nice spikes on there. There's some spikes on him, too. They're kind of sharp, believe it or not. So there is our BlackHeart arm with the hand that comes default. And then we also do get the alternate hand, which is like a pointing finger hand for your BlackHeart figure. So just even holding these pieces in my hand for BlackHeart makes me want to complete this somewhere down the road. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let's take a closer look at Dracula. Here's a look right at that head sculpt that came default in the packaging. The yelling head. We get the vampire fangs looking great. Again, really liking the eyes on this thing. The hair itself looks really well done. Again, very reminiscent of what I would think Dracula's hair would look like. That kind of white with kind of a wash on there to kind of bring it out a little bit. Also, again, those kind of gold medallion looking earrings looking okay. Those kind of pointed vampire ears one would expect Dracula to have. One thing that I think is really cool about it is the armor on this guy. They did a great job with the armor. I like the silver going on right here across the front. I do not think that this can be taken out. I kind of tried to take it out and it wasn't going anywhere. I'm not going to mess around and break it. So let me know in the comments if this should pop out. I know Doom's did, but I don't think this is meant to. The armor, as I mentioned earlier, came out great. These are legit, like, spiky. You're not going to hurt yourself, but you're going to feel it when you touch those spikes. Just really great texture on the arms as well for that different kind of armor look going. And also here on the back, they have the spikes going down the side, right, the back part of it right there. Then the chest itself, another good texture going on here on the chest plate, working our way down. The paint on mine came out pretty good from what I can tell on the legs. I'm loving the red and the black look. I'm digging that. And then again, boots, more of those spikes in the boots. Good armor looking right here on the boots, working our way down. The knee pads also have spikes on the front of those. You can see maybe why they wouldn't want to sell this at retail. I guess a bunch of different reasons potentially, maybe safety concerns, I don't know. But it came out looking great to me. The cape is also a very soft plastic, so it's much more pliable than your standard Marvel Legend cape. As I mentioned, this will rotate around to get that out of the way. We can kind of pop this out of the way. I don't think this comes off, and I'm not going to force it off, but that'll kind of pop up to kind of show the back a little bit more. So again, paint in the back still looking good. Back of the boots, more texture going on there. Peg holes bobbing the feet obviously going on. But again, this thing's looking pretty legit to me. This will definitely stand out. And even here, kind of like the rolls in, I guess it's just his shirt. The texture here is almost like a Black Series feel to this. Like puffy, I don't want to be a pirate sort of feel that you see some of the Jedi tend to have. That's what I kind of feel like here with these arms. But overall, I think that this guy looks great. The red and the black really do kind of have a nice pop to them. Really kind of does set itself apart. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like next to other Strange Tales sorts of characters. So in terms of articulation, as I mentioned, the hairpiece, the ponytail, if you will, rotates all the way around. I'm going to leave it kind of out of the way so I can kind of move him around better. Again, this will pop out. I don't suggest doing it. The head does get some really great attitude and tilt going on, which really kind of shows some character out of the action figure, I believe. Just remember, these earrings will kind of get in the way a little bit, so be careful there. You don't get a whole lot of down and up out of this thing. You know, down, about that far down, up, that far up. You do kind of get that shifting going on with the head back and forth. You can kind of make that out on camera. And it does rotate all the way around, obviously, in a circle. As far as the other articulation, I just want to pop this up so we can kind of access that a little bit better. Arm will rotate all the way around. Goes out horizontally about 90 degrees. You have the rotation up here in the bicep cut. You do get the double jointed pinless elbow. Also, you get articulation here at the upper arm, kind of forearm area, thanks to that piece right there. Hand will rotate all the way around in a circle. This hand is on the left to right horizontal hinge. This hand's actually on an up and down hinge right here. That's your sword wielding hand. This one's more of kind of like a grasping hand, not really a tight kind of grip to that one right there. Your legs, you do have the upper thigh cut going on there for the articulation. Double jointed pinless knee all the way back to the butt, maybe even almost further, to be perfectly honest. There's no actual boot cut going on with this guy. However, you get some interesting articulation in the foot. So you do get the rocker like you typically would, but also you do get this additional, I believe, articulation here, kind of like in the upper ankle. I don't recall that being a standard thing. I could be wrong. I don't know why it's standing out more with this character, so let me know if that's the case. As far as how far forward he's going to kick, about that far forward on the kick, about that far back on your kick, if you were wondering. Your splits go very far out. Dracula splits for days. Glenn Webb would be loving that right there. As far as your torso is going to go, there is no waist cut going on right here, but you do get this torso up here. This will rotate all the way around in a circle. Side to side, not a whole lot, honestly. I feel like it should go further side to side here. Kind of hold them straight for you. Side to side, over on that side, maybe a little bit further if I work them a little bit more. But again, overall articulation, not that bad for this guy. As far as how far forward, again, not really far forward. I feel like maybe I'm just not doing it right. I don't know. There's your back. It's a little more further back than forward. but I feel like if I force that any further, it's going to break. So not a whole lot as far as forward backward goes, but I'm digging how this guy looks. He moves relatively well from what I can tell. No problems with this guy. I'm good with him. And just so you can see him with the other head sculpt, kind of more stoic, serious looking, non-screaming head, more of a blank expression. Also, he will hold that sword really well. It's not going anywhere. This sword's going to stay right in his hand. So no problems with that. That little piece does come out at the bottom. Kind of like Castlevania vibes. I don't know, because it's maybe like a C shape to it. But yeah, the sword, I think, is a nice additional accessory for this guy. Needed accessory for this guy. So yeah, it does have a weapon besides, you know, his teeth. So the first two figures in the Marvel Legends line I right away thought about comparing Dracula to was the Null from the Venom Null 2-pack and that Marvel Legends Blade from that Mindless One Wave from about a year ago. He was right around Halloween, I believe, as well. And the Null is just so much bigger than both of these, which I guess he should be. For some reason, I was thinking he'd be somewhat comparable to Dracula. I think it was the idea of the hair on Null is what got me thinking. And then obviously even the face. So I kind of a lot of similar comparisons with kind of the pale face and the teeth here on those two figures. But obviously Null is massive here, Build-A-Figure size as compared to Dracula. Let me know in the comments, you know, how does Dracula scale up as I'm comparing him to Blade and other Marvel Legends and other figures? I always imagine Dracula being taller for some reason. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking of the movie Roadhouse. Beats me. Some more comparisons here from Marvel Legends. Here is our Dracula as compared to the recent Luke Cage Marvel Legends release from the 2-pack with Danny Rand. And here is our Warbird / Captain Marvel Carol Danvers, the Target exclusive, kind of giving an idea how he does scale against a larger size Marvel Legends buck and then a smaller size female buck. Two more different Marvel Legends size bucks to compare Dracula to. Here is Deadpool from the SDCC 2-pack exclusive that came with Bob, the Hydra agent, as well as our She-Hulk from the Iron Man retro carded wave from 2024. Jumping into G.I. Joe Classified territory for comparisons, here is Timber as compared to Marvel Legends Dracula. I did make my Bram Stoker's Dracula reference in the cold opening, so I kind of feel like if you had maybe 3 or 4 of these wolves to put around your Dracula, it would look pretty cool on your shelf. And two G.I. Joe Classified figure comparisons. Here is Quick Kick along with Zorana, kind of giving you an idea how they scale up with Marvel Legends Vampire. Keeping it in the 6-inch scale, but not Hasbro, here is the Jada Toys Street Fighter II Ryu action figure and the Mezco Toys John Constantine as compared to our Dracula. And mixing it up with different scale figures for a little bit of fun, here is our Marvel Legends Dracula as compared to our 7-inch NECA scale Frankenstein and the new Jack-specific Simpsons Mr. Burns the Vampire action figure. And here is a Marvel Legends Dracula does scale with the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Big Bad Mother Fragger Lobo. The back of his jacket says, "Bite me." Something tells me Dracula might take him up on it. And last, and as everybody loves to say, certainly not least, here is the new Marvel Legends BlackHeart Wave Strange Tales Dracula as compared to the AEW Jazzwares Unrivaled Orange Cassidy. Here's the thing, Orange is known for giving the thumbs up to his opponents. I wouldn't suggest doing that this time around because your thumb might come back with 2 holes in it. So final thoughts on the new Marvel Legends Dracula. I'm digging it. I think it's cool. I like the color scheme with it. The sword, the extra hands, the extra head as accessories are nice. The Blackheart arm and hand kind of get me pumped to eventually assemble that Blackheart action figure. The Strange Tales wave is kind of all over the place. Again, it's a bummer you're not going to find it in Target or Walmart. Got to hit up your GameStops or online retailers and have fan channel type of concept. But Dracula to me is going to be one of the standouts for this wave. Again, getting it on Amazon for retail with the free shipping was a big win for me, considering I would have overpaid the week before from CMD store had I had the opportunity to actually do it before it sold out. So I think it's great. I'm pumped to have it. And it's spooky season. It's Halloween season. Having a Dracula to go on my shelf in the living room is pretty awesome. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is free for you. It does not cost you anything. And it helps us grow the channel tremendously in the march to 7,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications, because that way YouTube should notify you and tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 P's of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.